Welcome to my channel. My name is Oluseyi Adolphus. You can check me out on oluseiadolphus.com. Um, I'm an author, a tutor, a minister of the gospel, a counselor, as a relationship coach, and I'm also a teenage coordinator. Yes, so today I thought to do something on family. Like I said, we'll be discussing life, love, marriage, relationships, purpose, navigating your season. Everything that affects you as a human being is what we'll be discussing. So, yeah, today I thought to do something on mother in law. It's a very sensitive topic. And again, I'm talking about an ideal setting. I'm not talking about, oh, I know there are some very extreme cases. Like I learned recently in ethics. I'm talking about the golden mean. There are always two extreme. The golden mean is the midpoint of two extremes, which is excessive and deficient. So whatever I'm talking about is how we find the golden mean of this situation. So a lot of women, because it affects women. A lot of women, when they mention the word mother-in-law, they're like there's this averseness to it, like mother-in-law, don't let any mother-in-law come and finish me or something like that. But I want to draw your attention to a part that you don't see. Your mother-in-law is not necessarily a devil, or like she maybe unnecessarily, like, oh, she doesn't want you or she doesn't like you. No. Look at it like this, and this is where I also need to talk to men. Men, let me remove my glasses so that you know that it's serious. Men, love your wives. Men, love your wives. Men, love your wives. Do you know why? A woman you don't love, a woman you don't give attention to, ends up to a large extent creating issues for their daughter-in-law. Not necessarily like they create issues, but eventually becomes a source of tug of war between the mother-in-law and the daughter-in-law. Do you know why? When you don't give a woman attention, and especially if she's a godly woman, she can't look for the attention elsewhere or outside. She can't go out, she can't cheat or do other things like that. You know what she does? She focuses this attention on her children, especially the male child, or especially the male children. So because she's not getting the attention she wants from you, she somehow, women, we have a way of filling that vacuum. So she gets it somewhere else. And so that's why that issue is no longer becoming an issue in the house. And so when these children grow up, she has become so attached to them. And then detaching becomes difficult. This is the root of most MIL, DIL issues. They are the long-term consequences of an unloved wife. The long-term consequences of a wife left unattended to. And so that is even different. That's for like, okay, they are married. There are some that they were single mothers. They faced shame, suffered shame, ridicule, depression, oppression, subjection, subjugation to raise that boy child. That child or those children are the only form of masculine love they ever know. And then at the time they sat down to say, oh, at least let me eat the fruit of my labor, Bobo brought baby. Mommy, this is the person I want to marry. Rewind it. Put yourself in her shoes. She may not voice it, but it's like, this guy is carrying my investments outside. Let me say it in Yoruba. Ongbobo le lo sita. And so they may not say it, but that's when you suddenly appeared. And then, of course, she loves her son. She would want to respect the wishes and the decisions of the son. Ladies, that's not the time to start. Understand the dynamics of the family you are marrying into. That's not the time for you to start saying, oh, you are too clinical with your mother. I'm not saying, please, that they won't detach. But I'm saying, if you understand these things, you are better equipped to manage it. For a single mother, that child is the only form where she put all her investment, you have to be wise. The detachment process for her will be difficult. And that is where some of those things, because I mean, she was not loved, she was not pampered, and the boy she invested in is now pampering another girl. Put yourself in that shoes. Or you married, or your mother-in-law is a widow, or your mother-in-law is the burden bearer, like she literally sent all the children to school. You now come with your legs on your legs, and then you say, no, I don't want to see your mother. Your own children too, their daughter-in-law will say they don't want to see you. I'm saying this to help our hearts that understand where you are coming out from. For some of you, you are married to guys that they are the breadwinners of their family. Like, if they don't do it, the whole family is dependent on them. You have to be wise. You have to be wise. And that is why, even as a woman, don't just walk to your husband's house with free, nothing to bring to the table. When you understand these things, some of these fights, you are better. I'm not saying they won't be there. You are better able to handle it. So open your eye while you are dating. Discuss some of these things with your husband or with your husband to be, so that it doesn't look as if it is when the wife came, she just turned the back of the family against. Sit him down and discuss it. I can see that this and this and this and this is this. How do we intend to handle this when we are married? Some beefs, some squabbles are not necessary. So I'm doing this video for you to say that don't just be spewing I love you, I love you. You see the guy, oh, I love you, I love you, I can't wait to spend the rest of my life with you, I can't wait to spend the rest of my life with you. Look at these things. You cannot, it is unfair for you to see a mother that labored to raise that child, and then you get into that home and say you don't want to see that woman. Hey, Rora, you people should be calming down. But I'm saying the awareness and the understanding between you and your partner creates room for you in your heart. You are better able to manage the situation. So till I come your way next time, I am Oluseyi Adolphus.